Imagine a city floating on the ocean, towering 20 decks high, holding more than 9,000 people, and having its very own water park, central park, and a go-kart track. Just when we thought cruise ships couldn't possibly get any larger, Royal Caribbean has officially broken the internet and the records once again. If you thought Icon of the Seas was the absolute limit of maritime engineering, you might want to see this. As of summer 2026, there's a new champion claiming the title of the world's largest cruise ship, the Legend of the Seas. Today, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about this megaship. We're talking mind-boggling dimensions, how she stacks up against her famous sister ships, Icon and Star of the Seas, and the incredible features that make her a multi-billion-dollar floating paradise. Let's kick things off with the sheer numbers, because honestly, the math barely makes sense. Legend of the Seas isn't just a ship, it is a marvel of human engineering. She stretches an astonishing 1,196 feet long. To put that in perspective, that is the length of about 3.5 football fields, or laying the Eiffel Tower on its side and still having room to spare. She's roughly 159 feet wide and towers 20 decks above the waterline. But here's the stat that officially pushes Legend past her older siblings, her gross tonnage. While Icon and Star of the Seas sit at a massive 248,663 gross tons, Legend of the Seas tips the scales at an estimated 250,800 gross tons. That slight bump up makes her the undisputed biggest ship on the planet as of her 2026 debut. So who's filling up all that space? At double occupancy, the ship holds around 6,500 guests, but when every pull-out couch and bunk bed is full during peak family holiday seasons, Legend can carry around 7,600 passengers. Add in the 2,350 crew members required to keep this floating metropolis running, and you have nearly 10,000 people living, working, and vacationing together at sea. It's practically a small town moving at 22 knots. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, didn't Icon of the Seas just launch in 2024 and didn't Star of the Seas just arrive in 2025? You're absolutely right. Royal Caribbean is pumping these megaships fast, so how does Legend compare? All three ships belong to the Icon class, meaning they share the same fundamental DNA. They all feature 8 distinct neighborhoods, they all have the massive aquadome at the front, and they all run on liquefied natural gas technology. But Royal Caribbean doesn't just copy and paste. Where Icon debuted the revolutionary Category 6 water park and Star heavily tweaked the dining and entertainment, adding the Lincoln Park Supper Club and the Back to the Future musical, Legend of the Seas pushes the envelope further. While they share identical lengths, Legend squeezed out slightly more gross tonnage. This usually means modified interior spaces, slightly larger public venues, or structural tweaks that add to her overall internal volume. Furthermore, their home ports dictate a different vibe. Icon rules Miami, Star took over Port Canaveral in Orlando, and Legend of the Seas is flexing a massive European debut. She spent her inaugural summer in 2026 sailing the Mediterranean out of Barcelona and Rome, turning heads in ports like Palma de Mallorca, before eventually crossing the Atlantic to dominate the Caribbean from Fort Lauderdale. You're getting that same mega resort experience, but with views of the Colosseum and the Spanish coast. Let's talk about what is actually on this colossal vessel. Navigating a ship this big could be a nightmare, which is why Royal Caribbean divided Legend into 8 distinct neighborhoods. It helps spread the crowds out so you never really feel like you're sharing a vacation with 7,000 other people. First up is Thrill Island. This is the adrenaline capital of the ocean. It features the largest water park at sea, boasting 6 record-breaking water slides. We're talking towering drop slides, family raft rides, and mat racers. And if slides aren't enough, there is the Crown's Edge, a fear-inducing ropes course where you literally dangle 154 feet above the crashing ocean. If you want to relax instead, head to Chill Island. Legend features 7 different pools, including a massive swim-up bar and the first suspended infinity pool at sea at the aft of the ship in the Hateaway neighborhood. It's the ultimate beach club vibe. For families with young kids, the Surfside neighborhood is a game changer. It's located at the back of the ship, completely dedicated to young families, featuring splash pads, a carousel, kid-friendly dining, and the stunning aqua theater right at the stern. And for the adults wanting a touch of elegance, the Central Park neighborhood is open to the sky and features over 33,000 living plants. Imagine eating at a world-class steakhouse listening to live jazz, surrounded by real trees, all while sailing at 20 knots. It's surreal. In total, Legend boasts an incredible 28 dining venues. You could eat somewhere different for every meal on a 7-day cruise and still not try everything. Now, it's impossible to talk about a ship this massive without talking about its environmental footprint. Moving 250,000 tons of steel through the ocean requires serious power, but Legend of the Seas is built to be one of the greenest ships in the world. Like Icon and Star of the Seas, Legend is powered by liquefied natural gas, or LNG. This is the cleanest burning marine fuel currently available at scale. It drastically reduces carbon emissions and virtually eliminates sulfur and particulate matter compared to traditional marine fuel. But they didn't stop there. The ship is equipped with advanced waste heat recovery systems. This means the heat generated by the massive engines is captured and repurposed to heat the ship's water and power other onboard systems. She's also equipped with shore power connectivity, meaning when Legend pulls into a modern port, she can turn her engines completely off and plug into the local grid, resulting in zero emissions while docked. It's all part of Royal Caribbean's push towards achieving net zero emissions by 2035. So while she's the biggest ship out there, she's also highly efficient. The launch of Legend of the Seas proves that the appetite for these mega resorts at sea is not slowing down anytime soon. These aren't just cruise ships anymore, they're the ultimate destination themselves. Whether you want to drop down a terrifying water slide, catch a Broadway caliber show, or just sip a cocktail in an infinity pool suspended over the ocean, Legend literally has it all. But I want to hear from you. Does a ship this massive excite you, or is it just too big? If you had to choose between Icon, Star, or the new Legend of the Seas, which one are you booking? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be reading through them. Until next time, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next video.